Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lovington and Eunice Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. With Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Lovington from Wildcat Park. As we get ready for the start of this one, a Lee County battle as the Eunice Cardinals coming in at 1-1 on the season to take on the 1-3 Lovington Wildcats. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for your visiting Eunice Cardinals today. Batting first and playing second will be Hayden Dean. Batting second will be the third baseman Jorge Ontiveros. Batting third, the pitcher Conager Pierce. Batting in the fourth slot, first baseman Garrett Tucker. Batting fifth is the DH Chance Tucker. Batting sixth, the shortstop Zeke Benton. Batting seventh is the right fielder Marco Tercero. Batting in the eighth slot, the catcher Sammy Monsalve. And batting ninth is the left fielder Sean Stinson. Turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats, leading it off and playing second today will be Diego Brito. Batting second is going to be the shortstop Luis Garcia. Batting third, the third baseman Damian Ortiz. In the cleanup spot this afternoon for the Cats, playing first Jordy Tavera. Batting fifth and catching Victor Tejeda. Batting sixth, playing center field Gilbert Sanchez. Batting seventh is the pitcher Jonathan Aceves. Batting eighth and in left field Damian Nava. And batting ninth is the right fielder Yahir Salinas. As Coach Reynolds and Coach Deck meet out at home plate, getting ready for the start of this one, Don Morgan. And looks like we've got a nice day for baseball. And unlike the last time we were here, quite a bit warmer. And the wind blowing out instead of in.
Yeah, it's although we are looking at some darker clouds off to the north of us and a little bit of a breeze blowing in, we hope that those clouds will hold off. We certainly don't want to get any weather ruining this one. Of course, that last game I thought it was very pleasant. It was a little on the chilly side, but it was fun to bundle up, I guess, to look out. It was more like football weather than baseball weather, but we've got a hot one here, a hot sunny one this afternoon, and good afternoon for baseball. And these two teams meeting, well, cross-county rivalry. I noticed that the bench is the same for both teams, 4 players in reserve for both teams this afternoon. So I've noticed the teams this year, I don't know if it's as a result of COVID-19 and just the time of year that we're playing the sports and maybe the overlap of some sports, but it seems like the rosters are smaller for most schools than usual for not just baseball, but certainly for baseball and softball.
Well, I think you're absolutely right on that. I know there are some roster limitations and things that the NMAA put in to, try and minimize contact. So should be an exciting one here this afternoon as the Eunice Cardinals are in the road reds with the white letters and numbers. Of course, kind of a Houston Astros-esque tequila sunrise kind of thing going on the jerseys for Coach Reynolds' squad.
You took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I thought. It was reminiscent of the Astros and, of course, the Lovington team in the white slacks and the blue jerseys with the white numbers and letters. And it looks like the teams are going to be out on the field. It looks like we are going to, they're doffing their caps. Are we actually? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. So we'll take a timeout. This is Wildcat and Cardinal Baseball.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Welcome back here to Wildcat Park, getting ready for the start of this Lee County cross-county rival between the defending 2A state champ Eunice Cardinals and the Lovington Wildcats. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Of course, we are all over the place this afternoon. We are both Eunice and the Lovington crew today as we get ready for this one, of course, on the Lovington Sports and Eunice Sports YouTube channels and on the Eunice Sports and Lovington Sports tabs at hobbsamerica.com. However and wherever you're watching and listening this afternoon, we appreciate you being with us. So let's go ahead and set the Cats for you defensively. Your battery for today is Chavez gets the start on the hill. And our catcher is Tejeda. Infield first to third, Tavera, Brito, Garcia, Ortiz. Outfield left to right, Nava, Sanchez, and Salinas.
Eunice, of course, lost some of their seniors, some of their firepower that made them such a good program and state champions recently. But they're a little bit of a younger team on a rebuild. But still, they've got a decent, solid crew to go up against Lovington. Of course, they're a division classification lower, so.
I know in Eunice they don't like to say rebuild; it's reload.
Reload. All right.
They have reloaded.
They're
so
reloading.
Getting getting into the swing of things early here, but
getting
should
seasoned
be
for district.
Yeah,
That's
should be a good game. Of course, district for Eunice will start on Saturday in Loving against the Loving Falcons, so their final pre-district tune-up. As Hayden Dean will step in, it's Dean on Taveros, Pierce 1 through 3 as Aceves ready to go, the kick and the first pitch, and we are underway, and it'll be inside ball one. So a 1-ball, no strike count. We are underway. Dean at the plate for Eunice. Outfield playing fairly deep with the wind blowing out. Infield, their normal position. Sanchez a couple of steps over into left center as the 1-0 pitch on the way, and that one will be up and away for ball two.
As fans continue to drift into the stands as this one barely underway. Not a big audience so far for this game, but as I say, they're still coming in.
Of course, a lot of folks don't get off till 5,
right.
So might pick up here in the next half hour or so. 2-0 pitch from Aceves to Dean, and that one is going to be in there at the knees, called strike one. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. We are underway. Top of the first inning. Eunice versus Lovington from here in Lovington on a beautiful afternoon for baseball. Aceves will set at the belt, gets the sign from Tejeda, kicks and fires, and that fastball will be just high, and so it is a 3-1 count. One thing Lovington has kind of had a little trouble with this year on the pitching side have been the walks in the big inning. And, of course, Eunice would love nothing more than to get the big inning right out of the gate. That's what Hobbs did last week as the 3-1 on the way, and that one will be outside, ball 4. And Dean does what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. He sees some pitches and works the walks. And now it'll be Jorge Ontiveros, the third baseman for the Cards, stepping up to the dish with a runner now on first in the form of Hayden Dean, the speedy second baseman. So Ontiveros settles into the right side box, slightly open stance, puts 1 foot right on the back line. And so Aceves will set at the belt, checks the runner, kicks and fires, and that one's going to be inside, and that'll actually hit Ontiveros in the posterior. And so hit by the pitch, and that puts runners at first and second, and now Eunice is in business here early as Tejeda will go out, and he will have a quick chat with his battery mate Aceves.
We just wanted to settle him in and just get across the plate, worry about throwing strikes, put it in the zone, and trust your fielders to take care of it.
So now that'll bring the number 3 hitter and the pitcher Conacher Pierce to the plate with runners at first and second. Eunice threatening here in the top of the first. Aceves checks the runners, kicks and fires as Dean goes. Throw down by Tejeda, and the slide is going to be in, and in safely is going to be Dean with the stolen base on the throw down to third. Ontiveros will move to second. So Aceves having a little bit of command trouble here in the early going. And he trails now in the count 1-0, and runners in scoring position at second and third. Ontiveros at second, Dean at third.
No outs.
Aceves will set at the belt. Tejeda sets up over the middle, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to shallow right center, and that one is going to drop in. The little Texas leaguer will get 1 run home as Coach Reynolds will hold up Ontiveros, and so Hayden Dean will score from third. Conacher Pierce with an RBI single, and Eunice is on the board, 1-0. Now Cardinals at the corners, and the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Garrett Tucker, at the plate. One thing about these Reynolds-led Cardinals teams, they are not afraid of swinging the bat. They are very aggressive at the plate. So Tucker will settle in. Slightly open stance for the cleanup hitting first baseman. So now runners at the corners. Aceves will check those runners and kick and fire. Runner goes down to second, and faking the throw is Tejeda, but no throw forthcoming, so it'll be a stolen base for Pierce. And now runners again at second and third for Eunice, threatening here early in the top of the first.
Yep, no outs. Lovington really needs to. They can't afford to get behind. That's how they started the game against Hobbs last week.
1-0 count to Tucker at the plate. Aceves sets. He'll kick and fire, and the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. And that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Tucker, at the plate. Just underway, Eunice up 1-0 here in the top of the first and threatening more with nobody out. Aceves will deal the 1-1. Took a little bit off of that one, and it'll hit the top of the zone and make it a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Well, maybe Aceves is settling in just a little bit.
So as Aceves will take a look in, Tejeda down, given the signs. And Aceves will deal the 1-2. Fastball swung on, and that one's going out of play on the right side. Now to the warm-up area to the right of the Eunice dugout. So the count stays at 1-2 as Tucker in plate protection mode. Chance Tucker, the DH, waits on deck for the Cards. Outfield playing about, we'll call it 2/3 of the way back, pretty much straight away. Infield at pretty much their normal depths as Tavera may be shading slightly over towards the bag at first.
And on Taveras with a...
As Aceves will kick and deal the 1-2, swung on, and that one is drilled to deep left center. It is back, and that one is going to be off the wall. That'll get 1 run around. That'll get 2 runs home, and it is a 2-run RBI stand-up double for Garrett Tucker. And now that'll make it 3-0 as Ontiveros scores from third, Pierce scores from second, and Tucker standing at second with that 2 RBI stand-up double, and it's 3-0. Still nobody out as Chance Tucker, the DH, comes to the plate. So Tucker trying to cash in Tucker from second here. Still nobody out. As Tejeda down, gives the sign, sets up on the inside corner. Aceves sets at the belt, checks on Tucker at second. Now he'll kick and fake the throw, but really nobody there holding him on as Garcia and Brito both hustling over in case Aceves did let it fly. Sliding back in, Tucker safe.
I think if he had turned around and somebody was on the bag, he would have gone ahead and thrown that.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Not really shading over towards him much. Brito and Garcia now both come in just a little bit, leaving huge holes between first and second. And second and third is the wind and the pitch. Tucker will take that one. It is ripped to deep left center, and that one is going to go off of the wall. Misplayed by Sanchez in center. Tucker round second. He is heading to third, and Tucker cashes in Tucker, and that'll make it 4-0 with a back-to-back doubles. So a walk, a hit by pitch, and then a single and 2 doubles. And it is now 4-0 in favor of Eunice with Zeke Benton coming to the plate for the Cards. Chance Tucker stands at second as Benton will come to the plate. He'll come over and talk to Coach Reynolds as Coach Dak goes out to have a word with Aceves on the hill. Not going the way the Cats wanted it to go here in the early going.
Nope, they've definitely fallen behind, and this is a discouraging way to begin the game, for everybody. No outs, and you're down on the scoreboard already, 4-0. So a hole to dig out of, but Lovington can do it if they start right here. And I'm sure the coach said, just hang in there and try to get 1 out at a time.
Open stance for the shortstop, Benton, who settles in, and the wind and the first pitch, and that one is going to be on the top of the strike zone. Strike 1 to Benton. Oh, it is a no ball, 1 strike count. Benton, the number 6 hitter. Runner at second is Chance Tucker, the DH, who doubled in Garrett Tucker. Aceves gets the sign, deals the 0-1, and that fastball is going to hit the outside corner, strike 2. So Benton quickly down, no balls, 2 strikes. As the Eunice bench hollers out, battle, battle.
And Aceves putting a little extra zip in the ball the last 2 and getting it over the plate. So maybe he's a little angry, channeling that into the pitching.
0-2 delivery on the way, swung on, and that one is going to be fouled off the fists and will get out of play over in the bullpen area behind the Eunice dugout. So the count stays no balls, 2 strikes. Outfield still about 2/3 of the way back. Nava playing much deeper and left, kind of the way the wind's blowing. Playing just shy of the track as Aceves pops off the hill and stares Tucker back over to second.
And, of course, 2 long balls have been hit out there now in that same direction, right at the wall.
0-2 count on the way to Benton. Aceves will set and fire, and that one is going to be in the dirt, blocked out nicely by Tejeda. So that'll keep Tucker stapled over at second, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Benton. Marcus Tercero waits on deck. He'd be followed by Sammy Monsalve. So the open stance for Benton sets up right at the back of the box. Open stance. As Aceves will set. Looks at the runner at second. Runner goes, and that one is swung on and missed. Ring him up and set him down, but it will be a stolen base for Tucker as Benton goes down swinging for out number 1. But it disrupted the timing. It was a good throw from Tejeda to Ortiz, but just a little behind because he had to go around Benton, who had swung out of his shoes.
Right, and he kind of had to double pump on that. And if he had been able to let loose on that first pump, I think he might have had it in time. So
now Tercero will step in with his team up 4-0. Finally 1 down for the Cats as Aceves steps off the rubber and basically looks Tucker back in at third. Ortiz shading over, going to hold him on. Not something you see often now. He'll move back into the cutout as the first pitch on the way, and that one just a little excuse me foul ball. Strike 1 to Tercero. And no ball, 1 strike count to Tercero. 1 away. Runner at third is Tucker, who had an RBI double and then stole third on the strikeout of Benton. Sanchez playing about 2/3 of the way back in center. Salinas in pretty shallow in right, and Nava almost back at the fence in left. A 1 count on the way, and that one will be swung on and missed. Good curveball, took something off of that one, and it is strike 2 as Tercero swings right over the top of it.
And that's got to give Aceves a little confidence, knowing he has 1 strikeout now in this inning and a couple of strikes on this batter, finding the zone, finding his rhythm a little bit.
Now Tercero going to choke up about 2 inches on the bat, give himself a little bit better bat control. He's going to have to play plate protection. 0-2 pitch on the way, and he waves it one up in his eyeballs, ring him up and sit him down. It is 2 away now on back-to-back strikeouts for the Cards. So Sammy Monsalve, the catcher, will step up to the dish for Eunice.
And you mentioned Eunice being very aggressive at the bat. They have gone down. Both of the strikeouts have been swinging strikeouts. So you want to see, the bat off the shoulder, certainly.
As Monsalve in his bright pink bat comes to the plate. Seems like every year Eunice has one of them that uses a bright pink bat. We hadn't called a lot of them over the years, but line in the first pitch, and that one will hit the outside corner. Strike 1 to Monsalve. Every year we get to do a couple of Eunice games usually.
True.
So it's a no ball, 1 strike count as it looks like Aceves finally settling down on the hill with an 0-1 count. He'll kick and fire to Monsalve, and that one is going to be up high. Evens up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to the catcher. Being find away on Sean Stinson, the number 9 hitter, waits on deck for the Cardinals.
Of course, Chance Tucker sitting over there in scoring position on third base for Eunice. 2 outs, though, now for Lovington.
And a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Monsalve. Aceves will set, gets his sign, looks at Tucker, deals the 1-1, and that one is going to be outside. Tejeda has to stab that one, keeps it in front of him, puts it in the glove, and ball 2, but a nice job stabbing that one. That one was going to almost be a bit outside kind of pitch.
Yeah, definitely. It was probably a couple of inches from getting by him, so it was a good snag.
So a 2 ball, 1 strike count now. Monsalve looking for something that he can drive. 2-1 is the count and the delivery, and that one is swung on and missed. Good breaking ball, evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, it was. Estevez took a little bit off of that and got it. It would have been a strike. I think it would have been right there on the corner, right at the letters.
So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Monsalve takes a quick little stretch and practice swing, and the 2-2 pitch, and that one is going to be swung on and missed on a little excuse-me swing. And so Estevez strikes out the side after he gives up 4 runs to start the inning, as we've played a half inning. Eunice 4, Lovington coming to bat. This is Cardinal and Wildcat Baseball from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
General Welding Supply, Inc., the only locally owned and operated welding supply shop in Lee County. Why is shopping local important? There are many reasons. Shopping local keeps your dollar right here in Lee County. The staff at General Welding Supply shops the same stores you do. How about support? General Welding Supply supports local by sponsoring schools and youth sports. Shop General Welding Supply in Hobbs and Lovington. General Welding Supply, a proud supporter of Lovington sports. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
In the top of the first inning, there were 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. As Eunice now takes the field, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Lovington coming up to bat. They trail 4-0. It'll be Brito Garcia Ortiz coming up. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don. Setting up your Eunice Cardinal defense, you've got Pierce on the hill, Monsalve behind the plate, then Tucker, Dean, Benton, and Ontiveros, first to third, Stinson, Chacon, and Tercero left to right. As you mentioned, Brito leads it off. He'll be followed by Garcia and Ortiz. Then the cleanup hitter will be Jordy Tavera. Number 5, Victor Tejeda, hitting 6, Gilbert Sanchez. Batting in the 7th slot, Jonathan Estevez. Hitting 8th, Damian Nava. And batting 9th is Yahir Salinas. So Monsalve finally getting the gear back on, so he will go out. And just a quick note, of course, thanks for being with us wherever you are on HobbsAmerica.com, on both the Lovington Sports and the Eunice Sports tabs, and on the Lovington Sports and the Eunice Sports YouTube channels. Of course, on the YouTube channels, do give us a like. Of course, always free to watch it thanks to our great sponsors for both Lovington and Eunice. As the infield comes around Pierce, and then we'll trot back out to their positions. We are ready to go as Diego Brito will step to the plate. Brito playing second to start this ball game, as Pierce will look in, gets the sign, and he is ready to go from the wind, and the first pitch is going to be up and in for ball 1.
Lovington, of course, needing to get their bats cooking early and get some of those runs back. They don't want to gradually get further and further behind.
1-0 pitch, and taking a little bit off of that one, and it hits the top of the zone, evens the count at 1-1. Of course, Eunice will be back in action on Saturday from Loving for their district opening doubleheader. 1-1 pitch, and that one, breaking ball, breaks and just nips the outside portion of the plate for strike 2. We will have that game for you on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and the Eunice tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Pierce, a quick worker, the 1-2 pitch breaking ball in there, called strike 3 as Brito watches it into the glove of Monsalve, and there is 1 down for the Cats. Cats will play tomorrow in Ruidoso, a game that was rescheduled from earlier. Due to some scheduling conflicts, we will not have that game for you. Our next Lovington broadcast will be softball on Friday afternoon against Roswell. So Pierce ready to go, gets the sign, and his first pitch to the lefty. Fastball hits the outside corner, called strike 1. One thing about most Eunice pitchers over the years, and Pierce no exception, they do like to work incredibly quickly. They like to get in a rhythm and just keep dealing. As the 0-1 pitch swung on, that'll be a hot shot. It'll chop and go to Dean at second. Comes up with it, fires over, and having to dig it out at first is Tucker, but he will make the play. Scored 4-3, and there are 2 away for the Cats here in this bottom of the first inning. Now Damian Ortiz, the third baseman, to the plate for Lovington. in a bit of a hole here, trying to climb out of it, trailing 4-0. So Ortiz will settle into the right side box, has the big open stance, goes right to the back of the box. Got to be careful when you're that open, especially against a good curveball pitcher like Pierce. Pierce is a righty, and so it'll break hard and away as he starts that one inside, and it breaks late and over the inside corner for strike one. So coming right at him into the power portion of that big open stance. 0-1 delivery on the way from Pierce as he'll deal the fastball at the top of the zone, and strike two called. So I think both teams have thought that ball was a little high, but he's called it consistently. The 0-2 pitch breaker in there, called strike three. Ring him up and sit him down, and Lovington goes quietly 1-2-3 in their half of the first. We've played an inning from Wildcat Park. It's Eunice 4, Lovington 0. We're back for more Cardinals and Cats baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Nowell Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Nowell Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Nowell Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Nowell Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
And coming back in the bottom of the first inning, it was 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the second. Eunice is leading Lovington, and the first three batters up for Eunice will be Stinson, Dean, and Ontiveros. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. As we head to the second inning, a 4-0 Cardinal lead, as you mentioned. Pardon me, Stinson, Dean, and Ontiveros, 9, 1, and 2 due up. But we'll see what happens as Stinson, the only Cardinal who did not come to the plate in that first inning, but Aceves settled in nicely, wound up striking out the side before more damage could be done. In the first pitch, that curveball starts high, stays high, and goes over the head of Stinson, which is not that easy to do. He's a pretty tall young man. It's ball one.
I think it left his hand a little bit funny. I was noticing that his feet looked fine, but when his arm came over, that ball just got out of his hand just a little bit odd.
So a 1-ball, no strike count to Ada. Sets up over the heart of the plate. That fastball will be just low for ball two.
It was right over the plate, though, so I think he was hoping that was high enough to be a called strike, but not.
I think Stinson's about an inch shorter. It probably is. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count as Aceves will kick and fire, and that one's going to be low, ball 3. And this is how the initial batter started last inning, with a 3-ball count and then turned into a walk on a 3-1. So it's a 3-0 count. Aceves with the ball behind his back now sits at the belt. Has the sign he wants and deals the 3-0. Takes something off of this one, but it'll be just at the top of the zone. Strike one. Not sure Stinson doesn't get that call if he doesn't kind of move towards first.
He kind of assumed that was going to be called a ball. But he is a taller young man, and he stands up a little straighter in the box, so he does have a taller strike zone.
It's supposed to be the same whether you're crouched or not.
Well.
But the 3-1 pitch swung on, and that one's heading into foul territory and into the warm-up area. So that'll run the count full to Stinson. So that'll be the first full count of the day offered up by Aceves.
I will say, if you're standing up straighter, your letters are a little taller than somebody who's going to be shorter and crouched. So he's got a longer strike zone.
I know
from knee to letters there.
He does. I know umpires are supposed to take that into account. They're crouched down, but with 3-ball, 1-strike count. Aceves kicks and fires, and that one swung on. It's a hot shot. Bounces right into the glove of Ortiz at third. Comes across the diamond. Stretching out is Tavera and making the play for out number 1. Ortiz to Tavera, 5-3, and there is one down here in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, that was just pretty good basic play. He didn't have to move too much from his position, but Ortiz certainly played it well and made a nice throw in time. So just good basic baseball there.
So now Hayden Dean to the plate. He scored on the RBI single from Pierce. He worked the walk to lead the game off an inning ago. Stole a base in there, too, and the Pierce pitch swung on, and that one is popped up. And that one is coming back into the stands and on to the top of the press box.
I was just waiting for that. The way it spun, I thought, I think we're about to get hit.
Well,
but,
not us. The
no,
roof is
right.
about to.
I think I'm the only one in an open window here today, I think. So
we can trade places if you
that's
want.
That's all right. I didn't bring my glove with me, but I can certainly duck, I guess.
I don't know. I'd have to have some pretty good English to get up over that net and then down into
so
the window.
Too.
0-1 pitch, fastball outside. Evens the count at 1-1 to Dean.
Plus, I think my first thought's going to be to move the camera out of the way so it doesn't get hit by a ball.
I think we've got another one at the office. Don't worry about yourself, not the camera.
I'll take one for the team. How's that?
That will make our boss who signs the paychecks happy. 1-1 pitch swung on, and just a little oopsie, down the first base line, a roller, and Aceves and Dean kind of have a little football collision almost. I thought Dean might do the whole A-Rod thing, try and push it out of his hand. It'll be a ground out to the pitcher for out number 2.
Aceves decided, since he was almost in the base runner's path anyway, to just reach out and tag him, and gave him a pretty good shove doing it. But he decided, instead of throwing it, to just handle the tag himself.
So now to be on Taveros, who was hit by a pitch and scored in that first inning, and that one going to bounce in front of the plate and go back to the screen. Nobody on base, though. No harm, no foul, just ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. There are 2 down. We're in the top of the second inning. Eunice leading Lovington 4-0. This presentation today from New Walmart Digital, One Radio Square Sports, and our great sponsors for both Wildcat Sports and Cardinal Sports. 1 ball, no strike count. Aceves will set, gets the sign from Tejeda, deals, and the curveball up high makes it 2-1. No, it's a 2 ball, no strike count. 2 away. No infield pretty much their normal positions. Notice Tavera and Ortiz play a little closer to the lines at their position than you might often see. 2-0 pitch, and that one a fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. I think that one, he's been calling the high strike. I think that one may have been a little bit high.
Was a bit high, but that's one of those. It's a little tempting to swat at, to want to just reach out and swat it, and so Aceves definitely got him to chase on that a little bit.
Right around eyeball level as the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed, and that was a good pitch for strike 2.
Yeah, it was a nice fastball. It kind of it broke late, and a lot of pop on that. So maybe Aceves is getting warmed up and, again, finding a little bit of finding the zone better and finding his rhythm.
And Ontiveros stepping slightly down towards third base when he started his hack at that one, and I think he might have foul-tipped it otherwise. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on. That one is going to be popped up as Tejeda says, I got it, but lets it fall as he looks at his glove like, is there a hole there? I think he just misjudged it a little bit, and so it'll fall harmlessly into foul territory, and it'll give Ontiveros another opportunity at it with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, I think he just had some trouble gauging that a little. Plus, I noticed he swatted down with his glove instead of holding it like a basket to try to cradle that to catch it.
So the 2-2 opportunity, as now Aceves will kick and fire. 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down. 4th K of the ball game for Aceves, and it sends Eunice 1-2-3 quietly into the bottom of the second. Eunice 4, Lovington nothing. We're back for more Cardinal and Cat baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Looking for tubing testing and scanning in the Permian Basin? Call Empire Services. Empire's been in business since 2012 and has maintained the professional and dependable service company for tubing testing and scanning. Empire Services, a proud supporter of all Lovington High School athletics. The team at Empire Services wishes the Cat athletes the best of luck this season. Don't forget, if you're in need of tubing testing and scanning, call Empire Services at 575-318-6465, 318-6465. Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
And we're back with more Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. And in the top of the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Lovington coming up to bat. It'll be Tavera and Tejeda and Sanchez with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan, as Tavera, the cleanup hitter, will lead things off here in this second inning. Lovington needing base runners to see if they can get out of this 4-0 hole, and the wind in the first pitch from Pierce is going to break, but not enough. It'll be ball one to Tavera. Only 1 ball, no strike count underway, bottom of the second. Pierce, the quick worker, gets the sign, kicks and deals. That fastball going to be up and away for ball two. As Monsalve kind of skips it back in, Pierce has to pick it up off the dirt. Not always the worst thing in the world for a pitcher. And the 2-0 delivery on the way. That fastball going to be right down the pipe. Yes, sir, strike one. Not going to get many like that to tee off on. You better take advantage of them when you get them. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Left fielder Stinson playing way back. And the 2-1 on the way, and that one is going to be at the knees, called strike two.
Another good fastball by Pierce, he really works quickly.
So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. As Tavera settles back in as Pierce gets the sign and the breaking ball, and that one going to break outside, and so that'll run the count full to Tavera. Tejeda waits on deck, followed by Sanchez. So a 3 ball, 2 strike count. And the payoff pitch on the way from Pierce. That breaking ball is going to be in there, called strike three, as Tavera looks back and glares at the umpire. If looks could kill, as they say. Third K of the ball game for Pierce, and there's 1 down for the Cats in their half of the second.
And every single strikeout that Pierce has, it's been with the bat on the shoulder. He's gotten them not swinging, but looking.
First pitch to Tejeda, fastball up and away, ball one. 1 ball, no strike count. He's got a pretty wide and tall and short strike zone, but it's consistent in the 1-0 pitch, and took a little bit off of that one, and it'll stay inside. Ball 2 on the changeup to Tejeda. Tejeda, of course, the catcher for the Wildcats. Open stance. It's up
Medium
back
open.
part of the box, as that fastball outside corner, strike one. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Stinson playing deep. Chacon playing about 2/3 of the way back, pretty well straight away, and pretty deep is Tercero in right. The wind in the pitch, that fastball runs inside for ball 3. Looks like Pierce has decided he's going to try more fastballs here in this second inning. Pretty much lived by the breaking ball in the first. Let's see what he comes there with this 3-1 count fastball. That one is heading to the parking lot, and no windshield's breaking, so strike 2. And so for the second consecutive batter, that'll run the count full. Tejeda going to have to be in plate protection mode. If it's anywhere close, you got to swing at it. As Pierce ready to deal, and the payoff pitch, fastball swung on and missed. He actually tipped it, but right into the glove of Monsalve. So ring him up and sit him down, and there's 2 away and 4 Ks for Pierce. So now it'll bring Sanchez to the plate for the Cats. 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Cats still looking for their first base runner of the afternoon. Gilbert can find a way on. Jonathan Aceves waits on deck. The first pitch is going to be in there. Gets away from Monsalve, but called strike 1.
Yeah, a nice curve out on the outside of the plate.
So no balls, 1 strike. There are 2 down.
4-0, Eunice leading.
As Pierce, as soon as he gets the sign from the ump, he's ready. He deals, and the 1-0 breaking ball. That one comes up and in and stays in and bending over at the waist to move out of the way of it. Sanchez will take ball one.
Yeah, if Sanchez had stayed straight up, it would have hit him for sure.
I think you have to at least make an attempt
to get out of the way.
As that one is going to be popped up, as hollering for it is Pierce as he comes into foul ground on the first baseline and will make the grab for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Cats. We've played 2. It's Eunice 4, Lovington nothing. You're listening to the Cards and the Cats from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. In the bottom of the second inning, it was 3 up, 3 down as Lovington scored nothing. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the third with Eunice coming up to bat, and with the call, here is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn, as it will be the heart of the Cardinals lineup coming to the plate. Pierce, Tucker, and Tucker 3, 4, and 5 due up as they look to build on a 4-0 lead against the 4A Cats. Of course, the Cardinals, again, they are the defending 2A champs. There was no champion crown last year because we didn't have a season. Well, we had about 3 games of the season before it was called off due to COVID. So, again, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame show. Eunice, more of a reload instead of a rebuild kind of thing. And, they lost to Nemi in their opening game, but then they won their next game, and I think pretty substantially. So, trying to think, who did they play? I'd have to go back and look. We have games running all together for everybody here. But so 1-1 for Coach Reynolds' squad. Of course, Lovington looked like they'd gotten their season on track in a big way after falling to Hobbs in their opening game, then pretty much whooping up on Clovis, but have dropped their previous 2 since then. As Pierce will step in, he had an RBI single his last time up, and a good off-speed pitch as Pierce was ready to take a rip at a fastball. And just way in front of that one, strike 1. Pierce, I think, trying to put an exclamation point on his afternoon on the hill so far and put one out of here. Just make contact as the 0-1 pitch on the way to Pierce. He'll swing at that one, gets under it, pops it up on the infield as Aceves goes to the first base side of the mound and makes the grab for out number 1. So, again, I think Pierce a little bit antsy and anxious up there and really wanted to see if he could get some power under that and just swing it under it.
He didn't just swing under it and spin that ball up, but he sort of swung the bat up as well.
Everybody's worried about launch angle these days.
Yeah, hit a long upward ball. It didn't go out very far, but it went up a long ways.
I blame StatCast on all these, based on all the major league games for this. As Garrett Tucker will step in at the high school level, the basics win as that one's going to bounce for ball 1 to Tucker, who had a 2 RBI double and scored back in that first inning, so he's 1 for 1. But yeah, fundamental baseball, especially at the high school and below level, generally is what wins the games. We've done a lot of games over the years, a lot of championships over the years for Lee County teams, and it's generally the most fundamentally sound team that wins the game.
Yeah. Make the fewest mistakes, and you leave the fewest runners out on the bases usually.
1-0 count to Tucker. That breaking ball is going to hang up high for ball 2.
And you get the timely hitting. Get the runners on base, and you get timely hitting to bring them in. Those are the important things.
I don't know, one thing through all of the years in Eunice, that is one thing they have really stressed has been the fundamentals, as the 2-0 pitch. And taking something off of that one and cutting through it is Tucker for strike 1. So it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. And I think he going to get a pretty good pitch to hit here. Aceves doesn't want to fall behind 3-1, where he's really got to offer something up. Has the 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one will be outside for ball 3. So a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Sorry, Dawn.
No, it just it really wasn't close. It was across the plate and really was way too far outside. In fact, Tejeda really kind of dove to the right for it.
So the 3-ball, 1-strike count as Aceves gets the sign, kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot, and that'll run the count full to Tucker.
A good cut on that, but again, hitting just a little under it, spinning it right straight back.
Tucker drove one to the wall.
Yeah.
Back in the first inning for that double. If the fence isn't about 9 feet, 10 feet tall, that one may have gotten out of here. In some parks it would have. I have to get with Coach Deck and Athletic Director Robert Ariola to remember the dimensions of this field. And the 3-2 pitch pays off up high for ball 4, and Tucker will work the one-out walk.
It's a second walk issued by Aceves this afternoon. He walked his first batter that he saw.
And that was actually what kind of started the bleeding there in the first was the walk.
And therefore Tejeda has gone out to talk on the mound and just tell Aceves, settle in. We've got this. No harm, no foul. Get them one at a time.
So now Tucker will step in with Tucker on first. Tucker, the DH, had a ringing double that also hit the wall out in left center field. RBI was left stranded at third. Not the biggest young man, but hits number 5 and definitely has some pop in that bat. And the throw over to first, and Garrett is back in safely.
So Lovington very aware that they're down 4-0. They really want to try to keep Eunice from scoring in this inning so that they can continue to try to get those runs back on their at bat.
Tucker only about a half-step lead as Tavera holds him on over at first. Tucker at the plate and the pitch, and that one is going to be up and in and ducking out of the way of it. Ball 1. So again, Nava is playing pretty deep back there, as he has since Tucker went back-to-back over his head an inning ago. So he'll step out, look down to Coach Reynolds. Now he'll look at the wristband, the play band, which he doesn't actually wear. He sticks it back in his back pocket. And so it's a 1-ball, no-strike count. Aceves checks on the runner over at first as Tavera holds him on. Now he'll set at the belt, checks on the runner again, and he'll pop off and fire over. Tavera doing a nice job getting that one. It was a little to the home plate side of first base. For a right-handed first baseman, not all that awkward from that angle. And Tavera is a right-handed first baseman, so 1-0 is the count to Tucker at the plate. Runner goes, swung on and missed, and the throw is going to be high, and it'll have to be backed up by Brito, and he will get it, but it'll be a stolen base for Garrett Tucker. And it is a 1-1 count to Chance Tucker at the plate. Coach Reynolds going with the hit and run, and Tucker just waving at one that was way too high, but again disrupting the throw a little bit from Tejeda, allowing Garrett to get down to second.
And a good arm on Tejeda, a little too good actually. If he can hit the shortstop who was backing up the throw behind the bag.
And he'll pop off and fake the throw again. Nobody on, really keeping Tucker all that close over at second. As Garcia playing pretty deep in the hole over at short, but shading slightly towards second, but not enough to really be much of a threat. Brito shading a little bit over that way too. And playing deep. And it's a 1-1 count to Tucker at the plate as Aceves will pop off again.
And again, I think if somebody had been there to take the throw, I think he probably would have thrown it.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. But again, nobody there. I think he's trying to keep Tucker close. Garrett, not the best speed in the world. He's by no means slow. Not as big a theft threat as some. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side as Ortiz will go behind the bag at third and get the pop out for out number 2. And looked like they had the hit and run on again as Tucker kind of had to do the whole Looney Tunes thing and dig the heels in and wave the arms and scramble back to second.
And that was a pretty good pitch by Aceves. He took a little bit off that. That was a changeup, and it kind of disrupted Tucker's rhythm on that, and he was out in front of it, but he just hit that with a little bit under it.
So now Zeke Benton will step in 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. He'll take the first pitch and sky it to shallow left field, and going out is Garcia with both feet barely in the grass. So it'll be 3 pop-outs around a walk for out number 3. And we've played 2.5. It's Eunice 4, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat and Cardinal Baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lea County sports and academics.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. In the top of the third inning, Eunice with no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. Lovington coming up to bat. They trail 4-0. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don. As leading it off, it'll be Aceves, followed by Nava and Salinas. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Wildcats as they look to crawl back into this one against the Cards. Beautiful afternoon for baseball. The wind has even died down. The flag when we got here was blowing pretty much straight out. As soon as I say that, it kind of starts fluttering again. You can probably see that in the background of the video, but not nearly what it was just a little while ago. So Pierce is ready to go as Aceves steps in, pitcher-on-pitcher duel, and the first pitch is going to be chin level for ball 1.
I think the ump thought about that. I think he was thinking about calling that a strike and decided that was just a little too high above the letters for ball 1.
Yeah, I would think so on that.
Yep.
So it's a 1-ball, no strike count just underway, bottom of the third inning. Eunice trailing, or rather Eunice leading Lovington by a score of 4-0. As Pierce will kick and fire. The 1-0 pitch to Aceves. Took something off of that one, but going to miss inside. Ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Underway, bottom of the third inning. Lovington in a bit of a hole. And the 2-0 pitch, fastball. That one right down the pipe. And again, not going to see a better pitch than that. Belt high right over the heart of the plate. And Aceves, I think, kind of going, maybe I should have taken a poke at that one.
And not really, it was medium heat on that.
2-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be fouled with authority back into one of the poles that holds the netting up. Strike evens the count 2-2.
And Aceves deciding he liked that one, but he decided just a little bit too late. So a good cut, but still no contact.
So the 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Or no base contact, right?
As Pierce is ready, gets his sign from Monsalve, sets up around the letters. With the big kick and the 2-2 pitch, the change-up swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down. 5th K of the ball game for Pierce, and there is 1 down for the for the Cats in their half of this third inning.
Yeah, the unit of Lovington has yet to completely bat around, as they've gone 3 up, 3 down the first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, still looking for their first base runner of the ball game as Damian Nava will step in. The left fielder settles in, and the wind in the first pitch to Damian is going to be up high for ball 1. Of about eyeball level there for Nava as he'll step out. And I like the fact that they're starting to step out occasionally. Kind of breaks up the rhythm a little bit for Pierce as he'll deal the 1-0 pitch as soon as he's ready, and that one will be right at the top of the zone. And leaving up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Chacon has made a couple of steps deeper out in center. Stinson still playing deep in left and playing pretty deep in right. Tercero, and the pitch as the changeup swung on and missed for strike 2. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Nava. Infield pretty much at their normal positions. As Benton at shortstop maybe shading a couple of steps over towards second. As the 1-2 delivery on the way, fastball swung on. It'll be a slow roller. It'll be handled by Ontiveros, who comes up firing across the diamond to Tucker in time for out number 2. Scored 5-3 if you were keeping a book or a card at home. And so there are 2 down for the Cats in their half of the third. So it'll bring Yahir Salinas to the dish for Lovington. So 2 down as Salinas, the number 9 hitter for Lovington, will settle into the box. Keeps the left foot out of the box. Looks back at Coach Deck. He just shakes his head. Yep, go on, let's see what happens. As Pierce will step in. Monsalve sets up outside the line in the first pitch. Fastball, yes sir, outside corner, strike 1. So an 0-ball, 1 strike count with 2 down for the Cats. Needing base runners, trailing 4-0. As Pierce quickly back to work in the 0-1 pitch, and he waved at one that was breaking way outside, strike 2. I think he was thinking that was the fastball. He was sitting red, and it wound up to be the breaker.
Yeah, his bat was about a foot too short to hit it.
0-2 pitch, fastball swung on and missed, and ring him up and sit him down. 6th K of the ball game for Pierce, and Lovington goes 1-2-3. We've played 3. It's Eunice 4, Lovington nothing. You're listening to the Cardinals and the Cats from Walmart Digital Solutions in One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Eunice High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Eunice, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season both on the field and in the classroom. Go Eunice Cardinals!
And we're back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. In the bottom of the third inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Eunice coming up to bat. They lead 4-0. With the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. As we look at the box score through 3 complete for Eunice, they've got 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors committed, and they've left 2 runners on base. For Lovington, a whole bunch of goose eggs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. So heading into the Eunice half of this 4th inning, top of the 4th, it'll be 7, 8, and 9. Tercero, Monsalve, and Stinson due up. Tercero, a strikeout victim, his last time up. So he will step in to lead things off for the Cards. As Aceves takes his final warm-up throw, Tejeda fires down to second as Coach Reynolds heads over to the third base coach's box.
You know, behind the plate, Tejeda's got a strong arm, but noticing the throws down to second, he has a little trouble dialing in the accuracy on those throws and getting it right over the bag. But he's certainly a strong arm. He's got the strength, and he just needs to dial it in, get the range right.
So Tercero, the right fielder, will step in. He'll lead it off for the Cards here in the top of the 4th inning. Eunice leading Lovington 4-0. As Aceves ready to go, and he will kick and deal, and that fastball going to be knee-high, strike 1. Again, once Aceves kind of settled down after a rocky start, he's really done a very good job on the hill.
Well, Eunice did their damage in that first inning, and it was the first 4 batters who ended up crossing the plate, and they haven't had any runs since then.
0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up, but that one is coming out of play, and just missed landing on our landing next to the open door here. Strike 2. Missed it by that much. So it's a no-ball, 2-strike count to Tercero, leading things off here in the top of the 4th for Eunice. And I believe our next streamcast for both of these teams will be a week from today in Eunice. the return match of the home and home set. As the 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and ring him up and sit him down. That'll be the 5th K of the afternoon for Estevez, and there is one down for Eunice here in the top of the 4th.
And that's the second time Tedessetto has struck out in the game.
Tonight will bring Sammy Monsalve to the plate. Monsalve, of course, the catcher, also striking out his first time at bat. He's 0 for 1. His strikeout ended that 4-run first. As the umpire taking a moment, moves Monsalve out and waves Estevez off. So now he's ready to go as Sammy will settle into the right side box. Tejeda down, given the signs. As Estevez finds what he wants, he sets at the belt and deals at the plate. Fastball away, ball 1. 1-0 the count. 4-0 lead with one down. 4-0 lead for Eunice with one down here in this top of the 4th inning. Wildcat Park in Lovington. Beautiful afternoon for baseball. As the 1-0 delivery is on the way, that fastball is going to nip the outside corner as Monsalve like, oh,
he knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as it crossed before the ump even had his thumb out, Monsalve flinched and said, "Oh, that was a strike, and I could have swung."
So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. As Estevez gets the sign from Tejeda and the 1-1 delivery on the way, that fastball is going to be low for ball 2. So the 2-ball, 1-strike count. My old mentor, Al Patterson, used to say the hitters count because you don't want to get down 3-0. As Estevez gets the sign from Tejeda, kicks and fires the 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Took just something off of that one, and Monsalve swinging through and over the top of it, evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, it was a good changeup by Estevez. So, yeah, nice off-speed pitch.
So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So Estevez threw it up there and said, see what you can do with it. And Monsalve swinging through it. Wind has shifted, now back more out than anything else. And the 2-2 pitch got him with the changeup once again. Ring him up and sit him down. That's the 6th K of the afternoon for Estevez. Both pitchers with 6 strikeouts. And it'll bring Stinson to the plate. Stinson grounded out to third to start off things in the second, so he's 0 for 1. If he can find a way on, it'll bring the top of the Cardinal lineup back to the plate. And now Estevez going to step off the mound for just a moment. Take a minute as one of those blackbirds, not sure what those are exactly, but flies majestically across the field. And
I think it was a gackle.
A grackle, yeah.
Grackle, that's it.
That's it. As we work on our ornithology, and the first pitch to Stinson is up and in for ball 1. We know we have cardinals on the field, so, I mean, that's somewhat ornithological. And wildcats. Cats eat birds. Just saying, although right now the birds are in command 4-0. As Estevez gets the sign from Tejeda, who sets up on the inside, and the 1-0 delivery to Stinson, and that one is going to bounce off the plate for ball 2.
So a little zoology with the kinesiology this afternoon here.
Or something to that effect. With 2 DJs who, well, at least one of the 2 doesn't really know, so.
Well, we watch a lot of
and it's not the feminine half.
We watch a lot of Nat Geo and PBS nature specials.
That's true, we do.
We ought to know, so even if we don't.
So a 2-ball, no-strike count. As the folks watching are going, why are they doing this? I'm wondering that myself. As Estevez will fire the 2-0, and Stinson has to shimmy out of the way of that one, and it'll run the count to 3 balls, no strikes. Now with 2 outs, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Reynolds has the green light on for Stinson, if he gets a pretty good pitch that he can drive. Again, one of those things we've seen it kind of change over the years from you never swing at 3-0 to if it's going to be a meat ball, you might as well hack away at it.
In certain circumstances, sometimes it's
3-0 pitch and the take sign on all the way in that one, but it's going to run inside for ball 4. And so a 4-pitch walk, third walk of the afternoon, issued by Estevez. And so that will put a runner at first and it'll bring the top of the Cardinal lineup back to the plate with Hayden Dean.
So one of my coaches used to say, play the percentages. So you got to kind of figure out that do you take, do you hit, do you swing on each of those situations, I guess. I mean, play the percentage.
Dean 0 for 1, but he does have a run scored as Stinson goes on the first pitch. Tejeda double clutches, fires it down. It's on target but late, and so Stinson will steal the base. That also takes off the force at second. Dean grounded out to end, or rather for the second out in the second, although to lead the game off, he worked a 5-pitch walk and then stole the base and scored.
Tejeda making a pretty good throw there. He hit that target. I was talking earlier about him having a good arm. He had the strength. That just needed to find the range, and he dialed that in pretty well. It's just a little too late.
As Garcia's Jaden over towards Stinson, who's going to dive back in as Brito has to sprint over towards second in case Aceves lets fly. It's a no ball, 1 strike count to Dean at the plate, by the way. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Eunice leading Lovington 4-0 in this non-district Lee County battle. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be in the air and go over the visiting bleachers for strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes the count. Clouds trying to build a little bit off to the northeast and to the northwest
well.
too. Yeah, both sides, northeast and northwest. Don't think it's gonna hit us. Wind picking up a little bit though.
Getting a little gustier and breezy.
Of course, at our back, so we don't really notice it. I am always thankful for a press box as the 0-2 pitch up and in. Dean will duck out of the way, a ball 1. But now with the wind gusting like this, it's one of them, if you do, again, don't try and get the uppercut and the launch angle and all that. Just a solid line drive about 10, 15 feet high will probably get out of here, especially if it's to center or right center as the 1-2 pitch on the way, as that one's going to be high to Dean for ball 2. Now to Stinson, that's probably a strike, but not to Dean. He's a little bit shorter. Yeah, it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Speaking of Stinson, he's out in there in scoring position with a good lead off of second base.
Nobody really holding him on over there. It's a 2-2 count at the plate to Dean. The wind of the pitch from Aceves, and Dean waves at an inside pitch. He thought it was going to break. It did not. So ring him up and sit him down. And again, Aceves will strike out the side around a walk, his 7th K of the ball game. We've played 3.5. It's Eunice 4, Lovington nothing. Back for more Cardinal and Cat baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice Baseball in Lovington. In the top of the 4th inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Lovington coming up to bat. They trail Eunice 4-0, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. It'll be Diego Brito, Luis Garcia, and Damian Ortiz due up for the Cats in this bottom of the 4th. 1, 2, and 3. As Brito will step in 0 for 1. The leadoff hitter playing second base this afternoon. Struck out looking to lead off the game. So 0 for 1. But now he is ready to see if he can get the Cats going here in their half of the 4th, trailing by 4 runs. Pierce on the hill has pitched a gem so far, and his first breaking ball is going to go noon to 6 and right over the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pitch, and I think Brito definitely winced just a little bit, realized that was a good hittable ball.
Slightly open stance for Diego as the 0-1 pitch, and that curveball, and gets a piece of it. Foul tip for strike 2.
And Brito just a little ahead of that ball, just a little in front of that.
So a no ball, 2 strike count. Pierce ready to go with the high leg kick and the 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to be up high for ball 1. Trying to get Brito to chase. He wouldn't.
And when you're so far ahead in the count, it's worth, you've got a pitch to give to just
1-2 pitch, and that breaking ball is in there. Called strike 3, and Brito down, looking for the second time of the afternoon, 7th K of the day for Pierce, and it'll bring Luis Garcia to the plate, the lefty for the Cats. He'll step into the left side box.
Garcia hit a grounder to the second baseman, got thrown out his first time at bat.
So he is 0 for 1. Again, the slightly open stance, and the first pitch from Pierce. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 1.
Garcia taking a good cut at it. I think he really didn't follow the ball. I think his head swung all the way around, and he didn't meet it.
0-1 pitch on the way. That fastball will be outside. Evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike to Garcia. Damian Ortiz waits on deck as the Cats still looking for their first base runner of the afternoon. As the 1-1 pitch, that breaking ball, and just misses inside for ball 2. Eunice faithful thinking that one was a pretty good pitch. Lovington faithful going, no, it wasn't that good. Pretty close. 2-1 pitch, and that one swung on. That one is hit deep into the hole, and it'll find its way through into center field. Chacon will come up and get it, but Garcia takes one between second and the second baseman, and will be on with the single, the first hit, and the first base runner of the afternoon for the Cats.
A nice hard hit ball that really was not playable at all, even though Dean traveled over. He needed just a couple more steps to be able to cut that one off.
So now Ortiz, the number 3 hitter, will settle into the box. Eunice goes to double play depth with 1 down and a runner at first in the form of Garcia. Pierce will kick and fire the curveball outside corner, strike 1. So again, great to have you with us on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon for baseball. A little cloudy, a little breezy, but temperature's very nice. Pickoff attempt as Pierce throws the bullet over to Tucker, and back in, standing up, Garcia. He didn't have just a huge lead over there. I guess Pierce just let him know he's keeping his eye on him.
Well, he's the first base runner for Lovington this afternoon, so it's he's their big shining hope to at least get one on the board.
Pierce from the stretch. First time he's had to pitch out of the stretch this afternoon. Checks on the runner, sets at the belt, and that curveball ding-dong hits him right between the 1 and the 7. And so the hit by pitch. And now Lovington's got a little life here in their half of the 4th with runners at first and second.
Yep, 1 out. They do trail 4-0, but they definitely are looking much better than they have at any of their at-bats so far.
So now Jordy Tavera will step up to the plate with a chance to cash in some runs, chop into this 4-0 lead. And the first pitch to Jordy, fastball inside corner, strike 1. A 1 ball, no strike count. He can find his way on. Tavera waits on, Tejeda waits on deck. Tavera is the cleanup hitter. As Pierce will check the runners, kick and fire, check swing, did he go? Nobody to appeal to. And the umpire shakes his head, nope. And so evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, it's a 1-umpire crew today. Of course, officials are very...
I really didn't know they could do that. I thought they had to have minimum.
If both teams agree to it, they can.
Okay. Well, good to know.
Of course, a shortage of officials in every sport right now. The 1-1 pitch, and that one's going to be a breaking ball in the dirt as, Garcia gets almost out in no man's land. Monsalve gets to that one quick, and having to retreat quite quickly was Garcia.
Well, Lovington base runners are anxious to move around and get across the plate because they're trailing. They really want to get some runs on the board, and they want to move around the bases a little bit more. So, yeah, they are anxious.
2 ball, 1 strike count to Tavera. As Pierce will check his runners and come to the plate. Swung on. That one's going to be hit off the fist deep into the hole. As having a double clutch on it is Benton and firing over to first, but it's going to get away from the first baseman Tucker. And so the error is going to score a run. It'll be a single for Tavera to the shortstop, and then Garcia is going to score on the E5, rather the E6. And so the Cats are on the board 4-1. Ortiz goes all the way around to third. And Tavera stays over at first. And now Cats at the corners with Tejeda to the plate. And Lovington on the board trying to get something going here in the bottom of the fourth. They've gotten a little something going, trying to keep it going.
Right. Just the one out with runners at the corner and looking promising. You've got the tying run at the plate.
Yes, you do. As Tavera will step in 0 for 1. Struck out back in the second, but now looking to see if he can get a few more of his teammates across home as Pierce will kick and fire up and in. Ball 1. Runner at first is Tavera. Runner at third is Ortiz. Lovington with a run across on an error by the Cardinals. Pierce sets at the belt and fires the 1-0 fastball outside. Ball 2.
So a little pressure on now. And Eunice having to deal with base runners for the first time in this game today.
And it's a 2-ball, no strike count to Tejeda, the number 5 hitter. Cats at the corners. Pierce will check him in the 2-0 pitch. Took something off of that one, and at the letters, strike 1. On the changeup. It's a 2-ball, 1 strike count as Coach Deck hollers out instructions to his base runners. Tejeda back in. Pierce will set, checks on the runners, and the 2-1 delivery swung on. That'll be a high chopper. Dean charges up, underhands it to second, and then airmailed, and so that'll get a run home. They'll get the out as they'll get Tavera 4-6 for out number 2, but Ortiz will score on the second throwing error by Benton, and so Tejeda is at first. He'll have a courtesy runner. That's Ochoa go in. And so Tejeda on the fielder's choice is going to be in. No RBI credited, and the run will not be earned. But Lovington has cut the Eunice lead in half 4-2. There are 2 outs, but 2 big errors by the Cardinals has got Lovington right back into this. And so now Gilbert Sanchez to the plate.
And that second runner across was on base because he was hit by pitch.
Mm-hmm. And so Pierce has had a little bit of trouble. Ochoa on courtesy running over at first. As Sanchez goes over, gets some last-second instructions from Coach Deck, and now he will scamper up to the plate if he can find a way on. Jonathan Aceves waits on deck. Ochoa gets about a step over at first and leans towards second as Pierce will put the back foot off the mound and stare him back. Be careful when you lean that far. He'll lean again over there, and the first pitch showing bunt with 2 outs and a snap throw down Monsalve. Did they get him? That was close. Yes, they did. And so burn him down 2-3 for out number 3. Ochoa leaning into it, but the damage is done. A couple of errors cost a couple of runs. We've played 4. It's Eunice 4, Lovington 2. Back for more Cat and Card baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Lovington High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Lovington, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Wildcats!
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice Baseball in Lovington. As in the bottom of the fourth, Lovington scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and your score is 4-2. Eunice leading, and Eunice up at bat with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much. It'll be Ontiveros, Pearson, Tucker, 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Cardinals, who you've got to think are going to be anxious to get those 2 runs that they just lost back. Neither one of those runs was earned, because they both scored on errors. And so Pierce still hasn't given up an earned run in this ball game, but 2 costly errors that cost them 2 runs. And so now they'll look to get it back as Ontiveros to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the first and scored, struck out in the second. He's officially 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Of course, our next streamcast for Eunice will be on Saturday morning from Loving. Brian Coltrane will be filling in for the judge and Obie about 11 o'clock for the first pitch of that district opening doubleheader for Eunice on Saturday morning. Our next ball game for the Lovington Wildcats will actually be next Tuesday in Eunice. We will have the doubleheader of the Lovington Lady Cats on Friday afternoon from over at Lady Cat Field, just next door. So that'll be Friday, about 4:30.
Yeah, that'll be fun to call our first double header of the season. I think it will be fun.
I'm not sure I'm ready for a double header yet.
Really? Okay.
So Ontiveros will step in 0 for 1, but he does have a run scored. So Aceves on the hill. Actually, we do have a new pitcher in the game as the wind in the first pitch fastball is in there, called strike 1. As that'll be Tavera, who takes over the pitching duties.
And I guess
Aceves goes to first.
To first, yes.
And the wind in the pitch, fastball up high. And so that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike to Jorge Ontiveros. Underway, top of the 5th inning, 4-2 in favor of Eunice.
Tavera throws pretty hard.
Yes, he does, as the 1-1 pitch, the fastball swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the left side. And going out, not even having to put more than his heels in the grass, is Garcia. And so it'll be a pop to the shortstop for out number 1. So now Conacher Pierce will step to the plate. The pitcher looking to help his own cause. He had an RBI single and scored in the first, then popped out to Aceves to start the third. So he is 1 for 2. But looking to help his own cause as Lovington is chipped away. As the kick and the pitch from Tavera swung on, and that'll be a hot shot to shallow left field. It's going to fall in front of a charging Nava who was playing pretty deep. And so it is a 1-out single as the throw going to get away from Brito, but they're backing it up is Aceves. So it'll be the single for Pierce, and so he is on at first with 1 down, and now the cleanup hitter Garrett Tucker to the plate. Tucker, a 2 RBI double, scored a run in the first, then walked and stole a base in the third. So the cleanup hitter for the Cards will come to the plate. Pierce stands over at first. A little bit of a lead over there as Aceves will hold him on, and the wind and the first pitch took something off of that one. Changeup called strike 1 on the outside corner to Tucker.
Yeah, just a bit of a breaking ball. It broke late, but had a little movement on it.
Nava's still playing pretty deep out there. Of course, with the way the wind's blowing, you get one up, you could drive it. Sanchez and Salinas both about 2/3 of the way back. Pretty well normal positions as Tavera pops off the mound and Pierce back over to first. No throw.
No, but the threat sent Pierce diving for the bag.
As Tavera sets at the belt, kicks and fires, fastball outside corner. Yes, sir, strike 2.
Yeah, it was good fastball. Again, Tavera throws harder than Aceves.
And his changeup, it doesn't pull a lot off of it, but it does change the way it looks to the hitter coming in. So
right.
So it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Pierce with a little lead on first. Aceves holds him on as Tavera gets the sign from Tejeda and the 0-2 pitch, and that one's going to be just a little far outside. He pretty much walked him out on that one, so it'll be ball 1. But now what you do, you've got his eyes looking outside, and you've got him thinking maybe fastball. Maybe think about coming inside, as I asked the old pitcher here.
Yeah, I think you vary this just
I
a
should
little
say
bit.
former pitcher.
Yeah, there. Thank you very much.
Walk him inside now, maybe a little off speed. You got him thinking
could be.
fastball and outside.
And even though Tavera throws harder, Sivis did okay on the mound. Had 7 strikeouts.
And faking the pickoff throw is back in is Pierce.
Yep, Aceves struck out 7, gave up 2 walks.
All 4 of the runs were earned, but a pretty good outing after he settled in. 1-2 pitch on the way to Tucker. Ding dong as ouch. Thank goodness that young man was wearing the helmet.
He did duck, but he couldn't duck enough, under that ball. He probably should have moved back, but you don't know that sometimes. When the ball's coming at you, you just react, and sometimes it's out of the path, and sometimes you don't manage to get out of the path.
Yeah, I think that curveball just kind of slipped and sailed on him a little bit, so now it'll bring Chance Tucker, the DH and the number 5 hitter, to the plate. He had an RBI double back in the first, then popped out in the third, so he's 1 for 2, but Eunice threatening with runners at first and second. Tavera gets the sign. Tejeda sets up inside.
No.
As Tavera going to pop off the mound, and again, nobody home. Back cover in second.
But Pierce scrambles back, touches the bag now, gets back out on a nice, healthy lead. Almost even, just about dead even with Garcia, the shortstop.
So it'll be a no. Well, we're still waiting on the first pitch of this at bat to Chance Tucker, and that pitch swung on. Well, not swung on, bunted, foul, and you got to drive them down, not pop them up at strike 1. We talk about it all the time. Fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals.
Yeah, bunts are tricky.
They are. It's kind of a lost art these days, I think.
I think, sometimes it is. It's one of those things that you work on so much with your hitters just to hit that the bunt kind of gets left behind, and therefore not a lot of hitters have enough experience at it. Certainly not enough game experience.
It's a no ball, 1 strike count to the DH Tucker. Runners at first and second, Tucker and Pierce, respectively. As the Aceves will come off and he will fire. Brito has to get out and pull it, but it's going to be in the dirt, and that'll let Pierce slide back in safely to second. So they got him where they wanted him, but
they had him in the squeeze, but they couldn't execute.
And so Pierce will keep himself safe at second. Tucker over at first. Inning started out with a pop-up by Ontiveros, then a single to left by Pierce. Garrett Tucker hit by the pitch, and now Chance Tucker at the plate with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. As Tavera will look, kicks, deals, and that one is going to be up high for ball 2.
And Lovington, of course, now that they've gotten a couple runs on the board, they realize that they've tightened this game up. They're acutely aware of those 2 runners on base and how they really want to try to get outs and not let them score.
Tucker steps out, checks his wristband. He gets a sign from Coach Reynolds. Now he's back in. Runners with pretty good lead. The 2-1 pitch, fastball swung on. That one is going to be popped up. As coming back is Tejeda and makes the grab right at the wall. And so Tucker getting under it and popping out to the catcher. And there are 2 away with the shortstop, Zeke Benton, coming to the plate.
And I think that definitely made up for a missed foul pop by Tejeda earlier in the game. He really had to work this one, throw that mask off, and really scramble, try to follow the ball, and then reach back over his head to grab that and hang on to it. So, nice athletic move.
So now Benton 0 for 2, but with 2 on and 2 out, looking to make up for a couple errors in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Has his chance here as the wind in the first pitch swung on, and that one is going to be fouled back into the screen for strike 1. Benton 0 for 2, struck out in the first, popped out in the third. So he's 0 for 2 officially.
2 outs, 2 on.
Pierce at second, Tucker at first.
4-2 your score. Eunice leading. 2-run lead. Lots of 2s.
Tavera on the hill.
Lots of T's.
Lots of T's and lots of 2s as Tavera off the mound, and Pierce scrambling back over to second yet again. Got caught in a rundown, but a bad throw into the dirt to Ortiz allowed Pierce to get back safely. And I think right now they're worried more about signals. I think they're worried about Pierce maybe trying to pick up signals and relay them in. So Tejeda going to go out and talk to Tavera, just make sure they're on the same page, know exactly what they want to do with an 0-1 count to Benton at the plate. And with the man at second who can look in and see the signs. Maybe get give the next couple of pitches, tell them what they want to do there. 0-2 the count. Stavera will set at the belt, checks the runners, and will kick and fire up and in. Ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike count. We're in the top of the 5th inning, 4-2. Eunice in the lead. As Benton settles back in. Tavera stretches out, looks back at Pierce, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one fought off the hands. He was thinking fastball over the outside, and it wound up being a fastball inside. Benton fighting it off for strike 2 on the foul.
Very close to his hands, really high up on the bat. Kind of jammed him up inside.
The 1 ball, 2 strike count. With 2 down. Pierce at second, Tucker at first. And Benton at the plate. Stavera sets. Checks the runner. Checks the runner again. Now come with the 1-2. Swung on and missed as he took something off of that curveball. Ring him up and sit him down as Tavera has his first K of the ball game. 8th strikeout overall for Lovington pitching, and Eunice threatens but comes up empty. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's Eunice 4, Lovington 2. It's the Cats and the Cards from Noel Mark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
General Welding Supply, Inc., the only locally owned and operated welding supply shop in Lee County. Why is shopping local important? There are many reasons. Shopping local keeps your dollar right here in Lee County. The staff at General Welding Supply shops the same stores you do. How about support? General Welding Supply supports local by sponsoring schools and youth sports. Shop General Welding Supply in Hobbs and Lovington. General Welding Supply, a proud supporter of Lovington sports. Find them fast at Names and Numbers.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcacnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. In the top of the 5th inning, there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Lovington coming up to bat. They trail 4-2. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. It'll be Sanchez, Aceves, and Nava, 6, 7, and 8, due up for Lovington in their half of the 5th inning. The Cats trailing the Cards 4-2. Thanks for being with us wherever you are today on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, also on the Lovington Sports tab and the Eunice Sports tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, because of our great sponsors for both Eunice and Lovington, always free to watch these streams. So underway here in the 5th inning as Sanchez will step in. He popped out back to the pitcher. Pierce still on the hill, and he will kick and deal and outside for ball 1.
Sanchez showing bunt.
So 1 ball, no strike count. Sanchez at the plate. Pretty speedy, the center fielder. The kick and the pitch, fastball inside. And it'll be ball 2.
Pierce has struck out 7 in the game so far, has yet to issue a walk.
Has lost a little bit of control as we've gotten later in this game, maybe getting a little bit tired, and takes something off of that one, and Sanchez waves at it as it goes outside, strike 1. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count, bottom of the 5th. Pierce deals, and that one swung on. Going to be popped up over on the left side as Benton calls off on Taveros and makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 down is now Jonathan Aceves to the plate, 0 for 1. Aceves started the game on the hill. Now has moved over to first base and is looking to see if he can get on and maybe help erase that lead and maybe get himself out of the L column.
Of course, Eunice wants nothing more than to get out of this inning as quickly as they can and maintain their lead and maybe increase it at their next at-bat.
As Pierce will kick and fire, and that breaking ball is in there, called strike 1 to Aceves. With no ball, 1 strike count. As the clouds start to kind of build a little bit more this way. I don't think we're in any danger of
That's still quite a distance, but it is getting darker.
A 1 pitch breaking ball from Pierce, and that's in there called strike 2 as Aceves watches it into the glove of Monsalve. Wind still blowing out, but has settled down to about 10 miles an hour or so.
Getting just a little cooler as well.
Somebody's barbecuing somewhere, I smell. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down as Aceves goes down swinging for the second time today. 8th K of the ball game for Pierce, and now it'll bring Damian Nava to the plate. Nava 0 for 1, grounded out to Ontiveros at third. Back in the third. So now Nava will slide into the right side box. Pierce looks in, Monsalve down, giving him the signs. Pierce ready, and the wind in the first pitch, and that'll be the noon to 6 breaker, and it's in there, strike 1.
Yeah, and he took a lot off that, too. I really think, I don't know if Nava was thinking it was going to be high or if he was just going to be drift out outside.
As Pierce will deal the 0-1, that breaking ball swung on late, strike 2. I think Nava was thinking the fastball, and that one, Pierce with a variety and an assortment, that's what I'm trying to say, of breaking balls. Pretty good fastball, too, for the young man as the 0-2 pitch on the way, and that fastball going to get away from Monsalve. Nobody on, so no harm, no foul, trying to get Nava to chase. If he'd chased that one, he probably would have been standing at first as the got away from Monsalve, but it's ball 1. Oh, 1 ball, 2 strike count. There are 2 down for the Cats here in the bottom of the 5th. Pierce kicks and fires, and the fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Cats go 1-2-3 in their half of the 5th. We've played 5 from here at Wildcat Field. It's Eunice 4, Lovington 2. Back for more Cat Cardinal baseball here from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle's new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that helps keep your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, your Napa Auto Store.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
In the bottom of the 5th inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Eunice coming up to bat. They lead 4-2. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. Our line score through the first 5 for Eunice, 4 runs on 4 hits. They have committed 2 errors, and they've left 4 runners on base. For Lovington, 2 runs on 2 hits. They have yet to commit an error, and they've left 1 runner on. For Eunice, leading it off, it'll be Marcus Tercero will be followed by Sammy Monsalve and then Sean Stinson. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Cards. This will be the 3rd time this afternoon that the 7, 8, and 9 hitter have been due up first in an inning for Eunice. So Tercero steps in. He is 0 for 2. And the wind in. The first pitch, ouch, as Tavero runs that one in and will hit Tercero, the hit by the pitch. And so puts the leadoff man on as the Eunice faithful hollering that an intentional throw. I don't think it was. I think it just slipped out of Tavera's hand.
Yeah, Tavera throws harder than Aceves, but I think he has his control is a lot less, consistent. So he has a little sacrifice, a little control for the speed, I guess.
Now that'll bring Sammy Monsalve to the plate as we're just a little bit after 6 o'clock here in the Mountain Time Zone, 6:07. From New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports, it's Lovington Eunice baseball. As Monsalve going to show bunt, as Tavera going to pop off and fake the throw over to first, where Tercero stands. Aceves holds him on as Ortiz preparing to charge in. One thing that Coach Reynolds has been sometimes known to do is like almost a softball slap bunt. They'll show bunt, and then as the ball comes in, just kind of reach out and tap it so they can get it past the charging third baseman.
Or first baseman.
Or first baseman,
whichever,
depending on.
Or even pitcher, whichever distance or whichever direction they're going.
And the pitch, and Monsalve does show bunt and lays down a beaut. It'll get into the grass. Picking it up is Tejeda, firing over to first in time to Aceves. But the sac bunt works as Tercero will move around. So the sacrifice bunt goes 2-3 for out number 1, but it moves Tercero into scoring position as Eunice trying to get an insurance run on the board here late. We're in the top of the 6th with 1 out. Now it'll be Sean Stinson to the plate. 0 for 1. Grounded out in the 2nd, walked and stole a base and was left stranded in the 4th. So the number 9 hitter and left fielder for the Cards settles in. Tavera checks on the runner, kicks and fires to the plate. Whoa, up and in. Ball 1 to Stinson. Almost in her 3rd hit batter there in the last 2 innings.
And Tavera is just going to kind of work the dirt and talk to himself a little bit and kind of just, tell himself to dial it in, settle down, get it over the plate. Throw hard, but throw strikes.
1 ball, no strike count. There is 1 down. Runner at 2nd is Tercero. Tavera gets the sign from Tejeda, and Stinson shows bunt, pulls it back for ball 2.
I wasn't sure he pulled that back in time.
Yeah, I wasn't either. It's a 2 ball, no strike count. He is the number 9 hitter, but not sure you bunt here with just 1 out. Tercero, good speed over at 2nd as the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air but foul as it'll go off of the Lovington batting cages.
He hit that really, it was inside, very close to his hands. He kind of was jammed up, but he was in front of the ball, so he ended up pulling that.
Got a little bit of the barrel on it and pulling it over. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count to Stinson at the plate. Hayden Dean waits on deck. Runner at 2nd is Tercero. Sanchez shading slightly over towards left center. As Tavera pops off and will fake the throw. Having to retreat back is Tercero.
Yeah, Tercero really, I think he's just out there just trying to distract Tavera, I think, more than anything. Threatening the run, but really trying to distract him from his work as a pitcher, working on this batter.
The 2 ball, 1 strike count as Tavera kicks and fires. That off-speed pitch is going to nip the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2 to Stinson. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count.
1 out, runner in scoring position here as
4-2 the score.
Eunice in the lead, but they'd like to increase that here.
Yep, trying to get an insurance run pushed across. Just a 2-run lead. As Tavera gets the sign from Tejeda, sets up outside. And Tavera fires the 2-2 in there, swung on, and that one is going to be popped up to deep second base as back is Brito and will make the grab for out number 2. So now 2 down, and it'll turn the lineup over as Hayden Dean will step to the plate. Walked and scored in the 1st after a stolen base. Grounded out to in the 2nd and then struck out in the 4th. So officially 0 for 2 with a run scored and a stolen base. So with 2 down, runner at 2nd, the leadoff hitter for the Cards back to the plate. Cats looking for nothing other than to shut him down and head back to the dugout with no damage done after the hit batter to lead things off. And the pitch to Dean is going to be up high for ball 1.
Little chin music there.
Oh, 1 ball, no strike count. Shading over is Garcia to keep Tercero honest, and the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side of things as into fair territory is Tejeda and swipes it and swats at it, but hangs on to it that time. So it is a pop out to the catcher for out number 3. Eunice threatens but comes up empty. We've played 5.5. It's Eunice 4, Lovington 2. We'll be back. More Lovington Wildcat and Eunice Cardinal baseball from Noel Mark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Looking for tubing testing and scanning in the Permian Basin? Call Empire Services. Empire's been in business since 2012 and has maintained the professional and dependable service company for tubing testing and scanning. Empire Services, a proud supporter of all Lovington High School athletics. The team at Empire Services wishes the Cat athletes the best of luck this season. Don't forget, if you're in need of tubing testing and scanning, call Empire Services at 575-318-6465, 318-6465. Looking for tubing testing and scanning in the Permian Basin? Call Empire Services. An atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
And welcome back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. In the top of the sixth inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors. One left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Lovington coming up to bat. They still trail 4-2. And with the call, here is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. As you hear, Salinas, the number 9 hitter, will step into the box, and we followed by Brito and Garcia. 9, 1, and 2 due up. So Salinas 0 for 1, and the first pitch from Pierce is going to be at the knees, called strike 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. We are underway here in this bottom of the sixth. And the pitch swung on and missed as Salinas waves at a fastball. It'll be strike 2.
8 strikeouts now in the game for Pierce, your starting pitcher.
And the next pitch swung on and gets a piece of it and into the glove of Monsalve. So ring him up and sit him down, and there is 1 away here in the sixth.
And that is...
So now Brito will step to the plate with 1 down here in the sixth. Brito 0 for 2, and the first pitch from Pierce is going to break in but stay inside for ball 1.
Brito striking out twice in the game so far. He's the leadoff hitter, and he's just a bit stymied by Pierce.
And the next pitch, and that one going to get a piece of it, or did it just pop out of the glove?
He got a piece.
Monsalve?
Yeah,
okay, so that'll
fouled
be
it back.
Evens the count. That'll make it 2-0. I have somehow gotten off on my book, probably because I've got a missing spot here that I just noticed. But
it's 0-1.
So okay, 0-1. We'll go with that. I like that.
Okay.
With 1 down in the wind and the pitch, that breaking ball is going to be in there. Strike 2. Actually, it is
it's 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. All right, we've got everything worked out now. So, as timeout going to be asked for by Brito. And he'll settle back in now with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. There is 1 down. And as Pierce shakes off Monsalve, now has what he wants, and the 1-2 is in the dirt. Evens the count at 2-2. Well, a 2 ball, 2 strike count. There is 1 down. As Pierce delivers, Monsalve sets up inside and getting a piece of that one, fouling it back into the blue retaining wall. So the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pierce has slowed down a little bit as we've gotten later into this game, but still working pretty quick. 2-2 pitch and swung on and missed. Got him to chase the fastball, ring him up and sit him down. Third time Brito has struck out this afternoon.
And the 10th strikeout for Pierce in this game.
Double-digit strikeouts as now Luis Garcia to the plate. Garcia grounded out in the first, then had the first hit of the ball game and scored on an error in the fourth. Singled to center his last time up, hard grounder. As Pierce will fire to the lefty, swung on, and that one is hitting to the street behind the park here. Strike 1.
Garcia singled his last time up at bat across the plate. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time at bat, so he's 1 for 2 in the game so far. He would like to add to that here.
Monsalve sets up inside, and the 0-1 pitch is going to miss outside. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, it was a little bit of a floater that had a late breaking action, and I thought it might drift back over the plate, but it was still high.
Oh, a 1 ball, 1 strike count, and the pitch, and swung on and missed as Luis taking a hack, but coming up empty. Strike 2. Due up for Eunice in their half of the 7th. It'll be Ontiveros, Pierce, and Tucker. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Lovington wants to postpone that for just a while, trailing by 2 runs. As Pierce will kick and fire, swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to right center field, and that one is going to fall in. Baste chasing Chacon, goes all the way to the wall, as firing it back in. Chacon will get to it, but Garcia gives it a ride out to center, and he's got a stand-up 2-out double. Nice hitting today for the number 2 hitter, Luis Garcia.
Yeah, it really was a well-hit ball, sharply hit. Nice, kind of had line drive action to it, and definitely nothing anybody could do out there in the field to get to it in time. Just a good solid hit.
Got it up in the wind. It carried just a little bit, and Chacon was shading slightly over towards right center in that case. Had a long way to go and a long way for Stinson. Nothing they could do about it. So now it'll be Ortiz to the plate. Ortiz 0 for 1, struck out in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored on an error in the second.
And Lovington would like to get a little 2-out rally going here, and they can with Garcia out scoring position.
Wind and the pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 1. Ortiz does represent the tying run at the plate. In a 4-2 ball game, Eunice in the lead, got all 4 of their runs in the first, and the pitch swung on and missed as Ortiz rip it over the top of that one, evens it up at 1-1.
I think he's really anxious. I think he feels the pressure here, the weight of this important at-bat.
So the 1-ball-1-strike count. Pierce from the stretch gets his sign from Monsalve, and the pitch, and ding-dong, second time that Ortiz has been hit today.
He does set up really close to the plate, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go if a pitch is coming inside. And I've noticed he doesn't jump back. He simply turns his body, he twists it, and he's taken 2 for the team today.
He has. They need base runners, and they've got them. And so now it'll be Coach Reynolds heading to the mound, going to make sure that Pierce is, of course, okay.
And he's taken two pretty good body shots with those pitches that he's been hit by.
Mm-hmm. And now it'll be Reynolds going to talk to Pierce. Interesting to see if he's going to leave him in. He's probably getting fairly close to his pitch count. I don't normally keep up with that. I've got to remember to do that. You are on a pitch limit in the high school game.
Right. And it's every week you have only so many pitches that you can pitch within that 7-day period. Is that it?
I believe that's correct. If you throw
true.
So many, you
in
can
one
pitch
game
again.
you can pitch again
The next day, or so many in 3 days. And
right. It gets a little complicated.
It does get a little complicated. I have to go back and look at the rule book there. As Tavera will step in with the potential tying run at first, and that fastball runs outside. Monsalve having to save it, keep it from getting by him, and to keep Garcia at second and Ortiz at first, and it's ball 1 to Tavera.
The potential go-ahead run is at the plate in the form of Tavera.
And trying to get his running mate of Chavez off the hook for the loss. As the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be drilled foul into the Lovington dugout. Evens up the count at 1-1 to the cleanup hitter for the Cats. Runner at first is Ortiz. Runner at second is Garcia. And at the plate, it is Tavera with the 1-ball-1-strike count. There are 2 down. As Pierce will kick and fire outside, ball 2.
Good job by Monsalve to chase that down and not let that get past him. Otherwise, that probably would have been runners sitting at second and third.
So now a 2-ball-1-strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to deep left center. Going back, and that one will bounce off the wall. That'll get 1 run home. On his horse is Ortiz, as Coach Deck going to hold him up, but it'll be an RBI double that gets the Cats to within 1. Garcia scores from second. Ortiz moves to third, and Tavera with the RBI double, and it's now 4-3 in favor of Eunice. And they are threatening with Victor Tejeda at the plate. As Coach Deck going to come over, and he wants to ask something of the umpire. Of course, our next Lovington baseball streamcast will be a week from today in Eunice. These two teams playing once again. The Cats will play tomorrow in Ruidoso. Due to scheduling conflicts, we will be unable to bring you that game. They'll also play in Clovis on Friday. We do not have video permission for that game. So we'll bring you the Lady Cats and their doubleheader from Lady Cat Field next door.
We're going to have a courtesy runner out on second for Ortiz.
And that'll be Ruiz.
Ruiz, number 8.
So pinch runner into the ball game for Tavera and Ruiz.
Sorry, I said it was Ortiz, but Ortiz is on third.
And so now Tejeda at the plate. The catcher trying to keep this 2-out rally going, and the first pitch is a fastball outside, strike one.
Yeah, nice clip the corner on that.
Tejeda 0 for 2. He struck out in the second, reached via the fielder's choice in the fourth, and then was burned down on a base running error. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to deep left field. Going over is Stinson and making the grab just before he gets to the track and the line. And so Tejeda gives it a ride, but comes up empty, but a run scratched across by the Cats. We head to the seventh. It's Eunice 4, Lovington 3. We're back for more Lovington Wildcat and Eunice Cardinal baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics. Parker Energy, family owned and operated since 2006. Their team is known for their hard work and dedication, big enough to meet your needs for transport, pump trucks, vacuum trucks, and disposal services. Parker Energy and their staff are huge supporters of all Lee County sports and academics. They encourage their young adults to go the extra mile, whether it's sports, grades, or just being a better you. Parker Energy Support Services, 2350 Avenue O, a proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. In the bottom of the sixth inning, Lovington scored 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. And we've got a close one as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Eunice coming up to bat. Your score is 4-3, Eunice leading. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. It'll be Jorge Ontiveros, followed by Conacher Pierce, and then Garrett Tucker, as Lovington looked like they were going to get run right off of their own field in the first inning, but settled down nicely and have gotten it back to within a run. And now Eunice has gone pretty much to sleep since that first inning, and so they're going to be looking to move on. Matter of fact, since that first inning, Eunice has been held to just 1 hit. So Ontiveros will step in. He was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the second, popped out in the fifth, 0 for 2, but he does have a run scored today.
And Eunice has left since that first inning. They have left 3 on base. 5 on base, actually.
6 on base.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5. So I guess I'm missing one. They left 1 on base in that first inning.
Yep. Let's see. There was another man left on base in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and then 1 in the sixth.
So
we go to the 7th.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yep. See.
There we go.
All right.
Did I say 6?
Yes,
I probably did.
Yes, you did. You were counting that one left on base in that very first inning. Yeah. I said after
I do not like our new scorebooks that we've been using for 3 years now. But in a normal year, these would have been gone 2 years ago. But
well, yeah, we would have filled them up and moved on
to new books.
Yeah.
So you get what you can get sometimes. So start of the 7th inning as Jorge Ontiveros will step to the plate. And I do believe we have a new pitcher in the ball game for the Wildcats, as it will be Sanchez on the hill, and Ontiveros will take the first pitch and drive it into shallow left center, and bobbling it is Nava. He'll get to it and get it in, but it's a leadoff single for Jorge Ontiveros. So Sanchez taking over on the hill. And I believe Tavera moving back over to first. And that'll put Aceves in center. And so Sanchez, first pitch, gets a hit, and now Conacher Pierce will step in, looking to help his own cause in a pickoff attempt. And having to go high over there is Tavera. Jordy will make the grab, though, and that'll keep Ontiveros right there. So Pierce at the plate, looking to put some insurance runs on the board before he comes out for the 7th. And the wind and the pitch, curveball swung on, and Pierce going right over the top of it, strike 1.
Yeah, nice pitch. It took a little off Sanchez took a little off of that, and it would kind of suckered Pierce. His timing was off on it.
Well, no ball, 1 strike count. And coming off is Sanchez, and sliding back in is Ontiveros.
No outs here in this top of the 7th.
7th, and what could be the final inning, or who knows, we may get a little free baseball tonight. as the 0-1 pitch, and the curveball, inside is Pierce, kind of having to shimmy out of the way of that one. Evens the count at 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Eunice leading 4-3 over Lovington here at Wildcat Field. The 1-1 pitch, and that one is going to be low as Pierce watches it into the dirt and then into the glove for ball 2.
Well, it was over the outside corner of the plate, but it was definitely low. Pierce looking at the plate placement and thinking, "Oh, do I need to go for that?" Would have been a golf shot.
Ontiveros with about a step as Sanchez kicks and fires, and fastball swung on and missed. Strike 2 evens it up at 2-2. A pitcher-on-pitcher duel. Gilbert Sanchez on the hill for the Cats. Third pitcher of the afternoon used by Coach Deck. And he'll kick and fire the 2-2 pitch. Curveball swung on, and that one is going to be driven to deep left center. That's going back. It is off the wall as Ontiveros rounds second. He's going to third as Coach Reynolds going to wave him in. Ontiveros on the horse as the ball is bobbled by Garcia, and it will be an RBI stand-up double for Pierce as it scores Ontiveros all the way from first. And so Pierce gets the insurance run he was looking for with the double to deep left center, and now it'll be the cleanup hitter Garrett Tucker to the plate. 5-3 now our score in favor of Eunice, and we will have a courtesy runner into the game for the Cardinals and the pitcher Pierce. We'll have to check that number. I think it may be Caballero, but we'll double check that. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be as Garrett Tucker will step in. Tucker a couple of walks and timeout taken.
No outs here in this top of the 7th inning as Eunice is threatening to break this open again late in the game. They have increased their lead now 5-3.
Tucker 1 for 1. Walked and was hit by a pitch. And the pitch from Sanchez swung on and missed as Tucker goes right over the top of that one.
And in front of it, too, as that really took some speed off of that. It looked really tempting floating over the plate, though.
So a no-ball, 1-strike count. Sanchez takes the long look in. Tejeda sets up inside. And the 0-1 pitch. Curveball ding-dong. Is that one going to catch Tucker between the backside and the under the arm? And he will head down. Another hit batter.
That's the 4th of the game.
And so now that'll bring Chance to the plate. Chance an RBI double in the first. He's 1 for 3, trying to make it 2 for 4 as Tejeda goes out to talk to Sanchez. Of course, the Cardinals will open district play on Saturday morning in Loving. Coach Brian Coltrane will have that for you, filling in for the judge, Jimmy Jones. Saturday starting about 11 o'clock. As the wind and the pitch to Tucker is outside, ball 1. Just got to bear down here if you are Lovington.
Yep, just
can't let any more damage be done with nobody out. As the 1-0 and that curveball is going to be in there, evens the count at 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Still nobody out. Inning started with a single, then an RBI double, then a hit by pitch.
But force on the bases, at least with runners on first and second.
1-1 pitch, and that one's going to be swung on, and that one is going to be just foul as it hugged the line until it got to third base where it just went foul. If it stays on that line and goes over the bag at third and then hits foul, it's a fair ball, but it went foul just before it got to third, so it is a
long strike
a long, hard strike two.
Yeah, just barely missed being fair.
Tucker at first, courtesy runner for Pierce at second. Again, I'm going to remember to look at that young man's number. As the 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one is swung on, hit off the fist into shallow right field. That one is going to drop in and will move in front of Salinas, and he'll come in, but they are sending the courtesy runner home as the ball is going to be bobbled, and I thought that was Caballero. It is, and so Caballero will score all the way from second on the Texas Leaguer by Chance Tucker. No RBI for Tucker. It came on the bobble. And so now Tucker at first, Tucker at second, and it is a 6-3 lead. Eunice has gotten a couple of them back. Now Zeke Benton to the plate. This actually may be Rico. I think this is Rico as the wind and the first pitch. Nope, it's Benton as he'll pop that one out of play. Strike one. Benton 0 for 3. And Eunice still nobody out.
stronger gusts of wind coming in. Those clouds are drifting just a little closer.
Of course, there will be a JV game coming up after this one between the JV Cats and the JV Cards. Sanchez on the hill trying to deal out of a little trouble and into the dirt. Blocked out nicely by Tejeda and evens up the count at 1-1 to Benton at the plate. Chance Tucker at first, Garrett Tucker at second. 2 runs across for Eunice here in this top of the 7th inning.
Nobody out.
No threatening to blow it open. As Sanchez sets up at the chin, and the 1-1 pitch breaking ball is going to break, but not enough. It's inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. As you mentioned, Dawn, nobody down here in this top of the 7th inning. It was 4-3 when this inning started, but Eunice starting to stretch it out a little bit. The 2-1 pitch outside, ball 3. So now a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Have to see if Benton's going to make him throw a strike and if he'll have the green light to swing at it if it is. As Gilbert sets up at the chin, checks the runners, kicks and fires, and he does have the green light, and that's going to be a line shot, and it is going to be into the hands of Salinas. He reached out and got that one, misjudged it, fires it in, but it gets away from the first baseman, Tavera. Backing it up is Tejeda, but on the overthrow, Tucker, that's Garrett Tucker, will move down to third. So now Cards at the corners as Benton on the line out to Salinas. I thought that Salinas had overrun that one. He showed pretty good leather and pretty good body control as he shifted and got out just enough to be able to flash out and get that one.
Yeah, I really did not think he was going to be able to get that out. I thought that was an impressive catch out there. And I think the wind was also playing with that just a little bit out there.
It shifted from going straight out to left to right as the runner goes, as that one is going to be on the ground, and that one is going to be bobbled by Garcia. It'll get a run home, and so at first is Tavera. He's going to reach on the E6, and so the first error of the ball game comes at a very inopportune time for the Wildcats. Tucker will score from third. They had the hit and run on as Tucker moves to second. That's Chance Tucker, and another run across makes it 7-3. In favor of Eunice. And here comes Coach Deck. He wants to talk to Gilbert just a moment. So,
yeah, 3 runs across in this top of the 7th inning for Eunice with just 1 out. Runners at first and second. And 7-3 is your score now.
And so Eunice has put 3 across. They've still only got 1 out. Started with the single by Ontiveros, then the RBI double by Pierce. Then Tucker was hit by the pitch. Then a single by Chance Tucker. And then the error committed. And so you've got Tercero at first and Tucker at second. And now Sammy Monsalve, 0 for 2 in the ballgame. He had a sacrifice back in the 6th. So just 1 down and 2 Cards on as they look to push another one across. As Sanchez will kick and fire, and that one is going to be in the dirt, ball 1.
But he dialed it in, at least it was over the plate. So he's got the range. Now he just needs to pull it up just a little bit.
So 1 ball, no strike count. To Monsalve at the plate. Runners at first and second, getting a pretty good lead as the wind and the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side and will head out into the field. Evens the count at 1-1 to Monsalve. Stinson waits on deck for the Cardinals. And Lovington trying to get out of this one any way, shape, form, or fashion. Garcia and Brito at double play depth, although both of them shading a little towards the bag at second, maybe a bit much.
A little thunder in the background now, and a little smell of rain as well.
Yeah, the clouds starting to build up. So Sanchez, of course, if we have a lightning strike, will be delayed for 30 minutes. As the 1-1 pitch on the way, as that breaking ball is going to be outside corner, called strike 2. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. With 1 away and 2 Cards on. Tercero at first, Chance Tucker at second. Monsalve at the plate with a 1-2 count. Sanchez will kick and fire, and that one swung on and poked out foul over the visiting bleachers and into the fence. So the count stays at 1-2 to Monsalve. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Thanks for being with us tonight wherever you are around the world on the Lovington Sports or Eunice Sports YouTube channels, and on the Lovington Sports and Eunice Sports tabs at HobbsAmerica.com. The pitch swung on, hit off the fist to behind second base. Tavera goes over and will make the grab just into the outfield for the pop out, but as he's recovering from the stretch out, it'll move Tucker down to third, and so now Cardinals at the corners again. But there are 2 down now, and it'll bring the number 9 hitter Stinson to the plate. Stinson 0 for 2. Grounded out in the second, walked and stole a base in the fourth, and popped out in the sixth. So his 4th plate appearance of the evening, started afternoon, now into the evening time.
Of course, Lovington wanting to get out of this inning as soon as they can without giving up any more runs, get in the dugout.
And the pickoff attempt, and you got to be careful with that, is back in safely is Tercero over at first. You throw one that could be bobbled even just a little bit, Coach Reynolds is going to be aggressive with Tucker and probably send him. So you've got to really think about that.
And Lovington is having some troubles in this game with some fielding, trying to throw the ball before it's
and they will fake
caught.
the throw to third, rather to first, and then come over to third. And Sanchez with a little bit of a hitch in his delivery, even when he's on the mound. But he'll get it over there, and it'll be dug out by Ortiz, but back in safely is Tucker. So we've yet to make a play. A delivery to Stinson at the plate. And Sanchez puts the glove on the knee, gets the sign from Tejeda and deals, and that one is swung on and back into the screen for strike 1. So due up for Lovington, their final hope in the 7th. It'll be Sanchez, Aceves, Navas, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Cats. If we can get there without the wind coming in and the rain coming in. Wind definitely picking up, blowing the dirt across the field. They're going to take a timeout on the field. Let this one kind of settle a moment.
This wind feels like it's dropping the temperature by about 10 degrees.
Yes, it does. And so Stinson will step back in. As set and high as Sanchez, and the 0-1 pitch, the breaking ball, and that one is going to be just high. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count as the winds start picking up. Gusting from the left to the right and starting to blow in a little bit off that storm that's forming over into Texas. And the 1-1 pitch, and that breaking ball is going to hang inside and bobbled by Tejeda. This is going to allow Tercero to head to second. And it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count now to Stinson at the plate. Now the wind shifting again and is coming almost directly in. This is more reminiscent of what we saw last week, Dawn.
It is, except that this is
not quite as chilly,
right,
but
this is a sudden
1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up. I think it is going to get out of play, and it will. And so it'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes, as getting rid of the mask was Tejeda to give chase.
So 2-2 is your count with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning.
As the wind starts blowing again, as Garcia losing the lid there.
2 runners on at second and third. Lovington trying to get out of the inning without any more damage being done. Eunice just trying to keep it going, keep breaking this one open.
So it'll be Sanchez as Gilbert gets the sign from Tejeda. And the 2-2 pitch, curveball swung on, and that one is going to go foul and actually hit
the base runner.
Chance Tucker down at third. It was in foul territory, though, so the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. As the wind and the dirt really starting to pick up. You can tell we're doing baseball again. We've got red dirt on everything, baseball and softball again. Just about the time I got it all out from the state tournament 2 years ago, we get to start doing it again. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Stinson at the plate. Runners at second and third for Eunice. They've already scratched 3 across this inning to retake a 4-run lead. The wind and the pitch swung on. That one is going to be drilled and foul down the left field line. So Stinson hanging tough in there and will stay alive at 2-2 with another foul.
As this has been a very long inning.
Yes, it has been.
It has actually been the longest at-bat of either team so far, just in terms of batters and time out on the field.
Yeah, time on the field for sure. It ties the first inning with with
the
number of batters
batters
thus far, yeah. And so Stinson at the plate with a 2-2 count. Sanchez kicks and fires that curveball up high, ball 3. Stinson is the 8th hitter of the inning to come to the plate. He can find his way on. Hayden Dean would be the 9th, which means they would have batted around. Oh, a 3-ball, 2-strike count. First one that Sanchez has seen as he'll set. Checks on his runners. Takes his time, and now he'll deliver the payoff pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up on the infield. Coming over is Garcia. He's going to get called off as the wind blows it all the way to Tavera, who gets the grab and the out for out number 3. So a pop 3 that started looking like might be a pop 5. And the inning is over, but the damage is done. 3 runs come across for Eunice. We've played 6.5. It's Eunice 7, Lovington 3. You're listening to the Eunice Cardinals and the Lovington Wildcats from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lea County sports and academics.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington. In the top of the 7th inning, Eunice scored 3 runs on 3 hits with 1 error, 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Lovington coming up to bat. They trail 7-3, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, and it will come down for the Lovington Wildcats to their 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Gilbert Sanchez, Jonathan Aceves, and Damian Nava. They are a combined 0 of 6 this afternoon, but it'll be up to them to find a way to get on base. Lovington needing 4 runs in this one as the lid blows off of Benton over at shortstop. His timeout going to be taken as the wind continues to gust in. That storm may not get any rain out of it, but we're definitely getting the wind as the light standards are doing the wibble wobble thing. We can see that from our vantage point. And the wind in the first pitch, a fastball from Pierce inside to Sanchez, ball 1. Well, 1 ball and no strike count, just underway, bottom of the 7th, a 4-run lead for Eunice. 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is heading to the parking lot. Please don't hit the Gold M class, and it'll be 1-1. The 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gilbert Sanchez, who's taken over on the hill, trying to start things off here in this do-or-die 7th for the Cats. As the 1-1 pitch, and that one is heading back to the parking lot into the street for strike 2. Sanchez definitely getting his swings in. So it is, Sanchez has popped out his previous 2 plate appearances, 0 for 2. And now he's got a 1-2 count facing him as timeout going to be taken as the wind kicks up yet again. Blowing dirt into the face of the umpire, the hitter, and the catcher, and the broadcast crew.
And blowing across the plate just a bit.
Just a bit. And the 1-2 pitch, and that one is going to be up high. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Here's the leadoff hitter, Sanchez. As Conager gets the sign he wants, and the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ring him up and sit him down as another strikeout for Pierce. That is number 12 by my count.
Yeah.
Or is it 11?
It's 11.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12.
12.
So that is his 12th K of the ball game. And so it'll bring Jonathan Aceves to the plate. Aceves, 2 of those Ks, and that first pitch is going to be up and in for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike count. 1 down, Lovington down to their final 2 outs here this afternoon. And the pitch and that fastball going to be knee-high over the heart of the plate, evens it up at 1-1. Got to take those opportunities when you get those pitches. Can't leave the bat on your shoulder. So the 1-1 count, nobody on, one away, the breaking ball, and doesn't break quite enough. It'll be ball two. The Eunice faithful thinking it was good. The Lovington faithful going, no, it wasn't. We've seen that a couple of times. All in good fun as timeout asked for by Aceves as the wind, another big wind gust. Aceves going to step out. Take kind of a casual stroke there, and now he's back in. As Pierce going to shake off Monsalve a couple of times. Now he's ready, and the 2-1 delivery, and that one is going to be inside, ball three. So the 3-1 count. As the ball going to get away from Pierce, and Monsalve going to get it. Or rather, Dean going to get it and get it back to Pierce. There we go. So with 3-1 count, you got to think the green light's going to be on for Aceves if he gets something good, but he holds it off and takes one right in the heart of the plate and runs the count full. So it'll be a 3-2 count.
So 11 strikeouts for Pierce and the 1 for Sanchez, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I was getting the 11. That's why I was counting it up as
Pierce has had all
Pierce.
12.
Right,
yeah, the payoff pitch swung on and back into the screen. Yeah, he struck out Sanchez the one time, but yeah, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth,
right.
2 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh.
Yep.
And so getting ready by Pierce. He gets the sign and will do the payoff pitch again. Swung on, and that one is going to be foul hard down the first baseline. That has double, maybe even triple written all over it if it hugs the line for about another 5 feet. We saw one for Eunice the last half inning go down the third baseline like that. Well, the count will stay full to Jonathan Aceves.
So hanging tough at the bat.
Trying to stay alive, push this inning further on, so 3-2. As Pierce with the sign from Monsalve. As what he wants as Monsalve sets up right over the middle, and the payoff pitch swung on and missed as the changeup gets Aceves to chase. 13th K of the ball game. Ring him up and sit him down, and now the Cats are down to their final 3 strikes. And it'll be in the hands of Damian Nava, 0 for 2. Grounded out in the third, struck out in the fifth. And he'll show bunt and bunt it foul and out of play and over our heads for strike 1. Not sure the thinking on that one.
Lovington really missed.
Just needing the base runners, so I can see it.
Lovington really missed a golden opportunity in their last at-bat in the bottom of the 6th with not being able to keep that rally going longer and stranding a couple of runners before they could catch up with the Cardinals.
0-1 pitch. He shows bunt again, and he'll bunt this one out of play for strike 2. So, wow. So now it's Lovington being down to their final strike, and Nava trailing 0-2 in the count. As Pierce will look into Monsalve, and the 0-2 pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Ring him up, sit him down, 14th K of the ball game, as Pierce will strike out the side and put Lovington to 1-4 on the season. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll be back for a quick wrap-up right after this. This is Wildcat and Cardinal Baseball from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Devon Energy is proud to support the athletic programs of Eunice High School this season. By partnering with local schools in Eunice, Devon is making an investment in the long-term future of the community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership. Skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From the Devon team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season both on the field and in the classroom. Go Eunice Cardinals!
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Welcome back to Lovington Eunice baseball in Lovington in the bottom of the 7th inning. It was 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts, and no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Eunice wins 7-3, and with the wrap-up, here is TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. Final line score in this one for the Eunice Cardinals, who improved to 2-1 on the season. They finish up with 7 runs on 7 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 8 runners stranded throughout the course of this 7-inning ball game. Turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats, 3 runs on 4 hits. They also commit an error, and it was a costly one, and they leave 3 runners on base through the course of this one. So the Eunice Cardinals will take a couple of days off now before they get ready to start their district schedule on Saturday in Loving. We will have that game for you on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel beginning at 11 o'clock Saturday morning. The coach, Brian Coltrane, will be filling in for Judge Jimmy Jones. So about 11 o'clock on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and on the Eunice tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington will hit the road tomorrow, and they will be heading over to Ruidoso for a game there. We will not be able to bring you that ball game, but we've got some scheduling conflicts, and then they will be in action on Friday as they'll be traveling to Clovis for the end of a home-and-home on that one. We do not have the video stream rights for that game, but we will have the Lovington girls for you on Friday. Our next streamcast for the Lovington Wildcats will actually be next Tuesday in Eunice. They're at Cardinal Stadium, so looking forward to that one. So 7-3, the final score, much closer than it indicated. It was a 4-3 ball game going into the 7th, but Eunice just stretching it out at the end on.
Yep, Lovington gave him a good run for their money. I think the pitching was part of the difference in this one. You had 14 strikeouts for Pierce on the mound, who went the whole distance today, and he didn't give up a single walk in this game either. So it was a good performance, though, as Lovington performing much better than in the last couple of games. And I think that's definitely something to build on and take into the next game with him.
Well, hopefully so. Of course, we'll have a full update for you on everything in the morning on the Kicks and Gaze EOR morning shows as we will wrap this one up from here in Lovington. A good game, but comes out in the way of the Eunice Cardinals. They are victorious 7-3 over the Lovington Wildcats. For Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. This has been Lovington Wildcat and Eunice Cardinal Baseball. Good night, everybody.